Welcome to all you Librans. Welcome to your monthly horoscope for April, the month for the cardinal signs, and you are one of them. And this is for April 2014 and in general for Librans. But if you do have some planets in Libra, like a sun or a moon or a Venus even, or a Mars or a rising sign, what I'm going to tell you will be very much in particular for the people who've got planets around, let's say, 12 up until 15 degrees. So this will be the people who have got a birthday around, let's say, from the 6th up until the 9th of October. These are very important months for you. Very important energy going on. Now, as it is eclipse time, I have made a separate video about the eclipses because they are very important, but I'm not going to talk all about the eclipse. So check out the video if you are interested in that kind of information and what it means for you. But the general thing for all of us is about, and I'll talk about more in detail what it is for you, is about not jumping the conclusions when it comes to information that is getting to us or when it comes to our communications. Don't jump the conclusions. Now, saying this to a Libra, I think in general Librans don't jump the conclusions too fast unless you have like 20 planets in Aries, but or in another fire sign. So normally Librans do a bit too much of the opposite, but now it will help you. You know, that discernment, that weighing the two, weighing the different options. Because it's a time of very restless energy, a very impulsive energy, especially when it comes to our thinking processes. And that can make us jump conclusions. But as I said, I think for the Libra, it will be okay. And I'm going to talk about three things here. First of all, the Grand Cross. Then second, what's the trigger for the Grand Cross? And the third thing, what's the energy that smooths this out? Which is the energy that can make us calm? So first of all, what's the trigger? No, first of all, what is that Grand Cross? I'm not going to explain it in technical details. I'm going to explain it very simple. Whenever there is a Grand Cross in a natal chart, or in a transit, or in a solar return, it means the building up of tension. And tension that, you know, you need to change it, but you still can't. And that Grand Cross is like energy that is pushing you towards the change. That is quite something for you. But that's very subjective. You know, the change can be a very little change for one and a big change for another person. Now, the thing is with this Mercury, so this is the Grand Cross. And you are a cardinal sign, and this means that a lot of Librans are feeling that tension. Something is not working in their life, and they're building up and waiting to the last minute before 12 o'clock before they can make the change. And then they can go up a level. This is what's happening with this Pluto-Uranus square and Jupiter and all of that. And Mars in your sign. So what's the trigger? Because these squares are there for quite a long time, and also it's a faster planet that triggers it, and it is Mercury. Mercury is the trigger. Mercury is and Uranus are conjunct in the heavens around the middle of the month, and it's in your 7th house of relationships. So that's going to be the trigger. So the trigger, if you are single, it could mean a conversation with someone that is very unusual. And that is like accelerating the process of the change that you want to make. The change that has to do with yourself, because you've got Mars in your sign. So whatever this change is, if it is work, relationship, expressing yourself in a certain way, it really has to do with you, with your life path, with your destiny. So a conversation with another person could really trigger this, and it could be quite an unusual conversation, but that wakes you up. Sometimes Librans can really have the tendency, to wait too long before they act. But now the planets are really reflecting that they have to act. They have to act, and because Mars is in your sign. So the responsibility is with you. And you need to take your own responsibility. So this is a very key thing for the Librans, not only this month, but for quite a while. And if you are in a relationship, it's the person that you love. That really, it can really go in a very unusual way, that he or she says something that really, you are out of your comfort zone. You say, what the hell are you saying here? But it makes you think. And it makes you think, and hopefully you don't jump the conclusions, but you take your own responsibility and you try to change your situation that you're in. So this is all how Librans will feel this energy going on. So at the same time, there is also, but it's at the very end of April, there is a solar eclipse as well, and it's the Sun conjunct the Moon in Taurus. And I think this is not that important for you Librans, unless you have some planets there in Taurus, of course. But Taurus is your 8th house, so it does reflect that there is something new coming in. There's something old going out and something new coming in, because it's the house of transformation. So that quite fits in what I just talked about, you know, these things that you really want to take, you really want to do, and you're not content about yourself anymore. You feel that you are the person that has to do all these things. So but it brings you to a way more stronger personality. Not that you're not already, but it gives you bigger strength. And the last thing I want to mention is Venus in Pisces, which is the whole month in that sign, and it's a very nice Venus there. And it's in your 6th house, which is good, because whilst all these changes are going on for the Librans, especially those with those degrees, the thing is that you can relax by doing some routine stuff. And it could be anything. It could be doing a walk with the dog or something, but something routine-like is good and will give you some pleasure in a certain way, how odd that might sound. It can also mean that the daily thing that you do, maybe for your health, maybe or the routine thing that you do, maybe every 2 days you go for jogging, or every 2 days you go for a swim, that this will really calm you down and really give you the opportunity to relax, notwithstanding the fact all these things are going on, that you stay centered and that you feel good. So putting a bit of energy there in the day-to-day stuff, but on a very nice, not pushing energy, I mean doing the day-to-day stuff that you prefer to do. If it's cooking, then it's cooking. If it's and so on, whatever it is, give some attention to it a bit more, and you will probably that will probably do you well. So what a month for the Librans. And of course, if you want a personal reading, check out my website. There are lots of possibilities and lots of different services. I thank you for watching the video, and I see you next month. Bye bye.